going on?
But
What's
it's
We
happening?
good because
appreciate you for
we
being
don't
who you
know.
All
are.
right. Five, four,
I mean, I'm gonna
Also,
three.
we
look
need an
right now.
intro,
I'm gonna
y'all,
look real
where
quick.
we're not awkwardly doing a thing. It got to be like, hey, I'm so and so, so and so, so and so.
I mean,
We
he
got to
does
get
that.
it.
We just don't.
I think you should just take care of that.
Welcome to the this week's episode of the Chaotic Catch Up Podcast, where I chaotically catch up with my friends Flacco and Magic.
Wait, are we live right now?
We're live, we're recording,
Live, baby.
and
Oh,
I'm
hey
not cutting
y'all.
that out. I'm not cutting from the countdown, so they're
Okay.
gonna get the whole thing about how we need intro, which we do. We're working on it. We'll get one of those like pew, pew, pew.
Pew,
It's like
pew,
Hey,
pew,
so
Mo,
pew.
listeners, if you've been here and
Flacco,
you've held on for
Magic.
this long,
Y'all are
let
musical.
us know. Hold on,
Y'all are the
wait.
creatives.
I'm talking to the listeners.
Talk to the
Listeners,
listeners.
if you think that we should have like a musical type intro, or do you think you just love the chaos where we just jump right in? Let
Just,
us know in the
right.
comments. Thank
Please.
you.
We could use some help.
We can use whatever it is.
You
But
know,
yeah.
because
Um yeah, yeah. So I don't care. Let's be clear. I'm not the pretty person. Like my life is scattered and I don't, dwell in the aesthetics, but if you guys want to improve the aesthetic, by all means, don't let me
I'm sorry, just because we're
stop.
not wearing turtlenecks.
I
Now we're.
mean, y'all didn't just get off of work at
hello.
9:30,
That's true.
but um,
Anywho, with that being said, since
anywho,
we're keeping all of this,
fresh transition into what we're gonna talk about this week. I feel like we should catch up a little bit. We have more things on the agenda than usual, but not as much as last week.
yeah, last week
Largely because of
was
Flacco.
really wild.
Wow.
I feel like me and you did the same magic, but because Flacco got it
Yeah.
together, we got it together. But no, honestly, and we could do it a part of the catch up too. But what I wanted to talk about us is like we kind of have to figure out what we're gonna do because we're in the age of Trump, and like there's so much to talk about perpetually,
Oh my
Right.
and
gosh.
I
Should
don't
he
want to
Yes.
just be a
just
segment until he calms down?
maybe like we'll just put like a hard cap
Like,
on talking about Trump at 10
yeah,
minutes
yeah.
because we could
And
do
like
a
he could just
whole
be like a
episode on him
segment.
every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah,
Just
at this point.
at this
I think
point.
there should be like a segment and we could just add in
Or maybe that could be
and
your
we
new
could come up
segment.
with
We can have a little yay politics. We
Yeah,
can
no,
do all
yay
kind of
politics.
politics.
I
things.
feel like the Trump news is like beyond politics at this point though. They got
No, yeah.
teachers snitching on the kids, telling
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
what
And
the
it's crazy. And it's crazy because a lot of like the teachers that I know, like we definitely, we try not to talk politics in workplaces. We know it's taboo, but
blah blah blah.
sometimes, yeah, right. Disclaimer. But sometimes it comes up. And obviously you kind of know who's vibing with you,
You gotta
Not
know
for
your
sci-fi.
nothing. The
people.
kids
You gotta
also
watch the room.
watch the internet and they listen, so they have
Yeah, of
their own
course. So it
questions.
definitely comes up.
Yes.
Like with the ice situation, we definitely spoke about that.
Did y'all? What grade?
So it's supposed to be just public schools in general.
But like, were you talking about it with like kindergartners or with
No,
middle
no, no. We
schoolers?
were talking. I was talking about it with like just teachers in general.
Oh, the teachers. Copy.
Yeah, with
I
the
think you talking
teachers,
about it.
and it's definitely a general consensus that you wouldn't be trying to offer these kids up. Like people who are teaching for the wrong reasons, then maybe. But teaching is very selfless at some point, and so you just wouldn't be like, oh yeah, come get these people. Like no,
I
like
thought
when
that
they're
was
there, you're there
bananas.
to make sure. Yeah, that's
Oh
insane.
yeah.
That was
Like the
bananas.
fact that he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna use this," and like that is scary. And why were you ever in education? Like,
Legit.
No. I just saw a video. They're also actually going up into churches and
yeah, that's crazy.
running through people.
So I actually just had a conversation with my friend too, and his family actually has a church, and he was talking about how that like so the whole thing because a lot of migrants go to the church
Okay.
sometimes, and I
Yeah.
don't, and it's crazy that even in that feeling of me not giving any information I felt like because of the world we live in, Lima's the
Yeah.
conspiracist right here.
Yeah. It's
that just saying that is like putting people into danger. Like even knowing
yeah,
that or like having those type of conversations in certain spaces,
yeah.
you really never know how a person what they did behind that ballot. You know what I mean?
So
So you
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
what their motive is.
I do want to clarify as far as like churches, schools. So if ICE comes to detain anyone and they don't have a warrant, you don't have to talk to them. They have to have a warrant. Most kids don't know this, but like your church probably knows that. So like
Hmm.
if you're at your church and they come to the church, if
They
they
don't have to let you
yeah, they
let
don't
you
have
in.
to let
Yeah,
you in. They don't have to let you in school.
which has
They
been
don't have to let
happening.
you on the train. Like they don't have to let you in any space without a warrant. And to my knowledge, no warrants have been issued, even in the Texas places.
Hmm.
Like right now, it's literally just people snitching on their neighbors,
And they just pulling up.
which is
Which
chaos
doesn't
to
that
me.
sound familiar?
Hmm.
It does. It really does.
Like
But yeah, what else, Trump, could we talk about? So much. The tariffs, the
the
fight
tariffs. Wait,
versus
Oh no,
can I just
that
go
DEI.
real
was
quick
Flocka
on
wanted to
that
go
one
on that one.
Yeah,
because that
go
cracked
for it.
me up. The series of events within like it was I don't know if it was like 12 hours or 6 hours or
Okay.
something, but I know but like it was daylight outside and it was
Hmm.
like take these motherfuckers back. Then it was like getting a little darker outside and it was like no, we not taking this niggas, no, we not.
Like
By the time it
actually,
was
we
really dark
thought about it.
outside, right? It was like, you know
Right.
what? Actually, I'm gonna go get them real quick. Actually, you know
I'm
what? I'm gonna
crying.
go cop them, collect everybody in a second. And I think that was hilarious because wow, that was fast. But two,
Hmm.
wow. Like
Yeah.
wow, like for wow. I was
She
just
clearly was
stuck, yo. I
over it.
feel like real. What's his name? Flavor Flav.
It's
Wow,
setting up a chaotic situation
that's
because
insane.
tariffs are gonna cause prices to inflate. Like that's just
Right.
a
Which is
literal
already
thing.
happening.
And the
Like
Because
price,
eggs aren't
hmm?
$8. Did y'all see that
yes.
picture I sent to the
Yeah,
group chat?
Yo.
That
Hmm.
was literally my friend just trying to go get some food, and it's 8 something in LA. Why is a carton of eggs $9 with tax?
but
Make
Crazy.
it
yeah,
make
I'm like,
sense.
you're trying to prove a political point to the rest of the world, and the way you're proving a point is by making eggs $8. By making, I'm like, is it
Like
worth proving
relax,
this
dog.
point? Relax, bro.
First of all, I'm about to give me a chicken. That's what's happening
It makes no sense, but yeah,
at
this
this
I'm
point.
crying now. I'm about to get a chicken. I'm gonna just let you ask
At this point, yo, not for nothing.
Hello.
rock out
Like
with that.
they will
But
come for you so quick. Like how
they
dare you
would. Yeah,
find a
you
way around?
cannot grow a chicken in your crib on the
Are
Lower
you
East
crazy?
Side.
I am Puerto Rican and Dominican. Please do not
This
try
is true.
me.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna stay out of
Actually,
that one.
facts. Actually, facts. You never know.
I did want to, even though I don't know how we doing this agenda, but whatever. I wanted to shout out Bishop Marion Edgar Buddy. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it, but she basically called Trump out to his face, and I have so much respect to her. It's crazy because she didn't say anything bold. She was just like, let's have mercy on our neighbors and let's be nice to each other. And like they trying to get her
He
removed from the
lost
church.
it.
Right.
He lost
He
it. He couldn't believe
he
that
full meltdown, and you can see it was so funny
Tantrum.
to watch because as
tantrum.
she's speaking, like you can
Hmm.
see him like sitting up to
Yeah,
then like you can see him like slowly getting down, and then the slow because he's a Gemini and I get it. So
and I
honestly,
get
all
it.
those
But
slow
I get
blinks,
it.
I was like, oh, he is killing her with his brain. Like he set her on fire about 17
Like
times
he was
by
looking at
the
her
end of
with the
that prayer.
evil.
No, yeah.
Just
Every time
like,
she says something, he would just
No
blink
one was
slowly, like
harmed
roll,
in this
yeah.
like he would
story
try to roll his eyes, but no, he couldn't. So it was just like,
physically.
mm, this bitch keep
Yeah. He was
talking. Like
he was
it
Hmm.
pissed,
was
but
so
I'm glad
funny.
that she kept going. Like she really had a point to get across.
Absolutely.
And honestly, she raised like the bigger question of like the role of religion in politics because
Hmm.
the conservative Christians,
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah.
they're like all for Trump, but it's like if you read the book, that's not like honor thy neighbor, do
Yeah.
unto others as you
There
would
it's
do.
like it's like they're picking
Which
um
ones they want to choose.
yeah, which you can't really do. And I
Yeah,
feel
the
like
book says don't do that.
right, you just have to
Like,
do it all.
um, but I'm interested to see where that conversation goes in America. I know what I feel. I feel like religion. I feel like politics is in everything, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like anything that tries to ignore politics is going to be more influenced by politics because they know that thing is up for grabs. Whether it's sports, whether it's Target, which we're gonna talk about, whether
Oh yeah,
it's
we gotta talk about that.
religion, and I'm
Damn.
glad she was honest about it because I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus.
Hallelujah.
My understanding of my faith is we supposed to be nice to each other. We're supposed to take
Mm-hmm.
care of each other, and calling ICE on my neighbor
It's not.
because is not it. That's not
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
not
I'm
it.
bringing them unnecessary
And it's
pain
like,
for what?
why are you bringing harm to your neighbor? Would you want somebody to, call ICE on you, have you
Exactly.
uprooted from your house, and now you got to move? Like, there's people
Mm-hmm.
that's been living here 10, 15, 20
And
years.
even beyond like just having that understanding as like love thy neighbor.
Hmm.
Um, golden rule, like do we
Golden
not have
rule.
that in any
Like,
in everything? Like why is that not the standard? And I mean that's just not the world we live in, unfortunately.
yes. And that I'm interested for us to have that conversation. Like, I do think a reckoning needs to happen there.
Hmm.
And she's, said it in her comments since. She's, people are saying like, oh, you got to keep politics out the church. And she's like,
Yeah.
no, actually the opposite. We got to bring politics in the
Hmm.
church because it's impacting the church. And I think she's spot on. But yeah, um, I touched on Target. We can talk a little about Target and just the overall fight against DEI. Uh,
Yeah. So it's it's been
a
a
week.
few
A
days,
week,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like with this topic in general, I've been battling myself on it.
Okay, how so? What's the battle?
I feel like they're gonna whoever is gonna go off is gonna go off at this point, so I'm just gonna speak.
Yeah,
So
we getting
I feel
canceled.
like yeah, no,
Like
that's it. Like
we
I
just gotta
mean,
We
accept
got
that.
canceled first episode.
it started. We can't get canceled so quick. But so I feel like Target, like
Yeah.
one, you let us down. Like we are your majority. I want to say, like yes, everybody else love, but who? But we gave you Target when you just gave us Target. Like we kind of put y'all in this good space, you
We
know.
held y'all down.
Exactly, you know what I mean. Um, and then also again, Target one is February, so they're about to have that whole when they bring in more black owned things and just whatever. They usually do that every year. So that's coming up. So it's not perfect timing for this whole DEI thing.
Yes.
And then also Target does sell a lot of like your favorite black owned brands that are like,
Hmm.
on the up and up, and they did give that opportunity to those what started off smaller, businesses. So it's like you up and down with like when I cut Target off,
Yeah.
if this is the only major vendor for me to get access to this company that I
Yeah.
like now have
That you
already
use.
had used and been loyal to, like that's where they kind of it comes into play. Like, are we gonna just like cut it all off, or are we cutting off with saying like, all right, well, if I go, I'm only spending on
X
black,
amount of money.
on or
Oh,
whatever.
on
Like,
black. Yeah.
yeah, like what?
Brands.
Yeah, well, for like it's just like where is the line and how do you like figure that out? So
Yes.
in regards to like just boycotting straight up, because it's like you get it, but then you also understand the other side of it is
Mhm.
it's also impacting the overall.
Yeah. I feel like just boycotts in general are one just difficult. They are.
Mhm.
They just are really difficult. However, in like the age of Trump, it's like coming to a head that like I know I put politics and everything, but there's no ethical consumption in capitalism. Everything you use in some way, shape, or form is doing harm, and
Mhm.
that's just the reality. Like, you have an iPhone that was made with really unfair labor practices in Asia, and it's like everything we do causes harm, and you kind of just want to minimize how much harm you do, and a lot
Mhm.
of it's that. But the DEI conversation in relating to Target, the list of companies,
Mhm.
like, you can't boycott all of these places.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like and it's within. Well, you can. There
You
was
can
something
do
you
it.
can like some of the things you might be able to get away with, like mom and pop
Mm-hmm.
gets to come up from like reselling some of those things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure for at some point you can.
I do want to pull a list out. Um,
It's just probably a little less.
it's Walmart, Lowe's, Target, obviously. Costco is on our side. Actually, they're
Yes,
committed to
Costco was holding it
DEI.
down. Costco, hello,
Um,
there's still Bobby's. Bobby's ain't on that list.
Bobby's is not. What
No.
is Bobby's?
Bobby's it's because
Is this a
she's
New
from
York
Crown
City thing?
Heights. But
Oh,
yes, it's like one. I don't
it's
even
like
know what to
People's.
call
Okay,
it.
it's not even a chain.
I don't even know what that is. No, it's yeah.
Hello, they
It's
got
like
more
Fat
than
Albert.
one, so it
It's
is
like
a
a ten.
chain.
Yeah, 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 like that, like
Yeah.
Fat Albert.
Once you said it was in Flatbush, actually, that's on Church,
Brexit.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whatever.
But there's more than one. And Bobby sell a lot of
This
things.
is a
So
chain. But yeah, Meta and Amazon both pulled them back. Where it's
crazy,
like
yeah.
there's so many. Uh,
Which, not for nothing, I think that there's a lot of stuff that we can do. Are we gonna do it?
mhm,
Probably not.
mhm,
But the quarter of us that will are gonna have a terrible and good time doing it. Hear me out.
yeah.
Hmm.
Like Target, I
Mhm,
don't really shop there too much. There's a bunch of them around my way just
okay.
because that's the area that I'm at. Um, for all that, I would kind of wish we
Mhm,
could switch this to Walmart, but that's a separate conversation.
yeah.
Um, but there's other stores, right? Mom and pop, this and that. But there's also the internet one, which is a little harder to get off of.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's still all these other apps that we have never heard about
Mhm.
that people are on 1,000 hours a day. Like
Yeah.
the
Right.
people who are
Mhm,
on like
mhm,
whatever these
mhm,
Patreons, or no, I think that's how you say
mhm.
that.
Yeah.
You got
And
it.
I guess OnlyFans is another thing,
Hula.
and that's a different
Yeah.
social thing. But
Mhm,
there's other social medias, the
mhm.
new Chinese one that the TikTokers are going to.
Yeah.
Lemonade.
Yeah, all
What?
them stuff. I'm sorry, I'm not hip,
Red
but
note.
there's a lot of things
Yeah.
that we can definitely do. There's just not a lot of people that are gonna make that
That
switch. It's
switch.
not
Yeah.
impossible because we definitely can tell
So I feel
Zuckerberg
like
to suck dick.
whenever we go,
Mhm.
then everybody kind of eventually migrates as well.
Yeah.
Like, and then us as millennials, we went through a lot. Like, we came from Sconex. Actually,
Yeah.
pause. We came from AIM,
Same.
like,
Yeah, I
in
don't even know
Sconex,
which
like,
was first. Oh yeah, I remember AOL chat rooms. I was in
right, like, you
AOL
know what I
chat
mean?
rooms.
Like,
Yeah.
so, like, we
MSN
have
ones. Oh my god.
seen the migrate happen is just
Mhm.
because it's been so long with, like, Facebook Meta.
Right.
Yeah.
But now it's one
It's
thing. So
just the
like
longevity.
Instagram, I think is harder for people to let go. At least for our generation.
Right,
We
right,
use
right, right,
Facebook
right.
a lot. Like
No,
not as
because
much as
that
we
was
used
our
to, but
second separate.
right.
Yeah, that was our
But
second separate.
Instagram is a hard one just because it's the
Hmm.
scrolling. We're already kind of addicted to it.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But
You get that
you can
dopamine hit.
easily go elsewhere. Like
Yeah.
I mean, we could
for
scroll
real.
on TikTok if the people didn't delete the
Imagine.
app before.
Oh
But
yeah.
Like,
it's rough. I don't know how I feel about the internet one, and I'm a definitely, what do you call it? I'm a boycotter. I
Okay.
am one of those.
hmm
So I'm
she be
having a hard
outside.
time
She be outside
with
with
the
the
Getting
internet one.
signs.
anything. Getting anything at
I'm
all,
I can't
probably.
do anything. I can't do
Yeah.
anything. It's already locked up. So low key, I wasn't even going there to begin with.
I
Hmm.
Ta
wasn't doing that.
Take me to where I can steal freely. Okay.
Not where I can steal
But no,
freely.
for everything was locked up. I can't, like, I'm already
Hmm.
irritated, so
Mhm.
going to Target is annoying a lot of the
Yeah.
time. So I end up going to whatever's around the corner if it's really the hassle. But dang man, you can't get on the internet no more. Like Beyonce's internet, y'all really take that too?
Yeah, they took
God,
it. We
we can't
did
have
touch on
nothing.
TikTok, and I did want to talk about that because people are crashing out again,
Again, once again.
paying up to, or not paying up to. Maybe they paying up to. I don't know, but people are selling iPhones with TikTok already installed on it for up to a
I'm
thousand
ready to
dollars on eBay.
get in on the deal too. Like,
Did you lose
but
it?
huh? No, no, no. I never
Oh,
deleted it.
yeah,
Cause
about to say.
I'm like, even if they would have stopped it for a little bit longer, I'm like, remember, I was ready to ride it out until it
Chili was
just
trying
like
to.
glitched,
Yeah, until it turned off. Yeah,
Like,
like
like
literally.
Cause I'm like, just in case something happened and they prolong it, we gonna have that little extra time. I'm like, but even if it will still be glitchy, you know.
It
So
was
and it
trash.
really
They wouldn't
lasted a
even let
day.
you get
Like,
your
damn.
videos out.
Now you could.
Yeah, now
Remember,
you
I couldn't
can.
do nothing on my app.
On
Oh,
TikTok?
I
I
posted
couldn't
the
open
thing.
it.
The thing is, you gotta post it. Even if you were gonna save it from drafts,
Yeah.
then it would save with the watermark. But if you post it and you just post it to like private,
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
then you could download it without the watermark. So that's what I did.
gotcha.
All my drafts,
Okay.
I'm like, boom, boom, boom. Because if anything, I could cut this up, use it another time.
Oh, if they take your drafts.
Yeah.
Got you. I was a little confused there. But no, that makes sense. I don't have anything in the drafts. I actually just made a new TikTok for my YouTube channel.
Oh, cool.
And-
Shameless plug.
oh yeah. Shameless plug, follow me at Mo Breezy Gaming on TikTok and YouTube and all that. But being on YouTube now, being like within the sphere, I'm starting to understand it more. Like I get it. It's a lot more all over the place where like Instagram is a little more structured.
Hmm.
Facebook is, family dinner. Facebook is for your folks. Where like TikTok is kind of just like going to the park and
Yeah.
it's
No,
just like
TikTok is
what's going
is
on in
being
here.
on
Hmm?
FaceTime, like being in your own space.
Yeah, yeah. But it's
You
like
don't gotta be
everyone's
at the
in
park.
their own space,
Yeah, yeah,
like in
exactly.
public,
TikTok
and
is Stoop Kid.
afraid to
Like,
leave his stoop.
yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, I love Stoop Kid, but
I also
I
love Stoop Kid.
identified with him a lot for the Hey Arnold fans. I
I'm
felt him.
crying. We kind of skipped past it, but did either of you want to talk about anything going on during your weeks?
Oh, we definitely
Anything
can.
Nah,
of
my week was
interest?
trash. Just news. This week has just been news after news after news, and just
Yes.
trying to keep my mental health intact, but also trying to find memes. But then the memes are also politics, and then you just
Yes.
Hmm.
can't escape. And now you're crying. And
Yes.
here we are. Now it's
Yes.
Monday.
Well, see, today's my first day post fast.
Okay. Oh,
Oof. Congrats.
congratulations!
Thanks.
Hey!
I think our first episode was my first day, I guess, because it was on a
Okay.
Monday.
Monday, yeah. We record on
Um,
Mondays.
so I am thinking if I'm gonna extend it at all, but I'm pretty much done with it for now. I might revisit this sooner than next January. I'm still debating that,
Okay.
but I am done, so I
Do you
am
feel
able
like
to
you
like
got what
skip.
you wanted to get out of it? Like you
Or
feel
you
Um,
just skinny.
I'm not skinny.
yeah.
So you
But
didn't get nothing.
That was not the goal. We established that in the first episode.
thank
This
you,
is not
thank you,
a
Breezy.
weight loss program.
Exactly. But
Nope, not skinny. But no, continue.
but might have lost some weight in my face maybe, but
Okay.
not that much. But I feel like I have to see. I think I did get some clarity that I wanted, but I have to see on how it plays out
Okay.
after and like keeping some of the habits that I got during the time.
Okay.
Well, good
Okay.
luck.
Um,
Thanks. I'm gonna need it.
I am proud of you for saying you were gonna do a thing and then going
Thanks.
ahead and doing the
And
thing.
then doing it.
Yeah, coffee.
That's a lot easier said than done. Uh, my week. So I work in politics, as you know,
Mhm.
and politics are pretty on fire now. And
Mhm. Can
my week,
imagine.
there's like a meme, and it's perfect where it's like the need to stay informed, and like I have a job where I literally need to stay informed, and then it's like the need to take care of my mental health,
Yeah,
Yes.
and
crazy.
it's like you can't have both. You can't.
And all you're trying to
But
do is
I think
scroll
I would have
through
been
Meta.
more calm. Like I would have been
Hmm?
more like not as calm
Hmm.
for these like during this time
Hmm.
if I wasn't fasting, because then I would have been taking everything in. So like
Okay.
a lot of it is I didn't get to like scroll and be a part of like all the immediate chaos, the immediate like updates upon updates. I saw
Yeah.
some of them, but they
Don't
were
worry,
like
it's not going
sprinkled.
to end.
No, I'm just saying it
Yeah.
was sprinkled into my. I
Just
mean,
waiting for
again,
you.
I might keep some of the habits. Like I
Some of the
might not
party.
just be on it as much. Like I it takes you
Yeah.
21 days to create a habit. So I already kind of
Hmm.
created a habit of like cutting that time of
Hmm.
Right.
doom strolling
Hmm.
down.
We
So
love to
we'll
see
see
it.
like what I do with it.
We
Good
love the
shout.
productivity.
Right.
But yeah, I am stressed out by it. And for me, and this has been a theme this week, I'm like, so I'm not, I told you so. I told you so is not like the words that I want, but in that same like arena of like, we saw this coming. Like, we saw this
Like he had the project out.
miles away. We saw this in 2017. Like his first
Right.
day of office, he said, this is what I'm going to try to do. And then once he got away with crime, once they said, you can do crime as the president and it's legal, we was like, oh, he's really going to crash out. And we was like, we really got to get behind Kamala. And we put a lot of energy into that, and people really kept saying, you know, I can't afford eggs. I can't, you know, I'm not feeling connected to by this Democratic Party. And I'm like, none of us are. That's not what we're saying do.
Right.
We're not saying, you know, join a cult. We're saying don't let this man deport
Back in
Jose.
office.
And it's like, why are we doing this? But that level of like, yeah, this, we knew this was gonna happen. We knew we couldn't stop it. For us to pretend to, like, the only chance we really, or the best chance we had to stop it was at the ballot box, where, like, you know, now it's like we're just pouring cups of water on this raging fire. It's like we should pour water if you got water.
That
to pour.
analogy seems perfect too.
But it's like, this is a raging fire. All we really could do is get out the way. And it's like,
and then it's like the people who lit the match. It's surprised. Like y'all looking like Sims right now.
It's like,
Like,
yes,
what are you doing?
if you light a match and your house catch on fire, yeah, you won't have nowhere to go. And that part of it, especially in my day job, is frustrating, where like there are projects locally that, you know, won't see the same funding under a Trump administration they would have under a Biden administration, under a Harris administration. And it's like, yeah, we like we said, don't do this. Like we were telling people to not. But balancing that part has been really difficult for me, and I've really been coming to grips with that this week. Just the personal battle of like, they didn't listen to me last year. Why will they listen to me now? So I might as well shut up. Because when I had stuff to say last year about getting registered to vote and voting, you know, blah, 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 no one listened. So it's like, why would I say anything now? And that's one side.
Blanca voted this year.
This is true. But the other side is like who I am as a person. Like we were saying with, you know, Christianity and religion, like I'm not the person that could just sit this out, where I could just, you know, be like, well, everybody's suffering, but I'm good. Right. Y'all be easy. Good luck. Like I can't do that. That's just not who I am as a person. So that internal conflict has not been
Paul, do you have brought up C?
the most fun. I have what?
Brought up C.
I don't know what brought up C is.
You were brought up.
I was brought up. I was raised.
Yeah.
Yes, Michelle Brown raised me and set me up for failure. She was not preparing for Trump to. That's the other thing too. I'm really sitting here like, am I the like that? Like we're being gaslit, because I'm like, am I the one who's wild for saying like, you know, like, oh, my eggs are, you know.
No, you're right. Because why?
But like even because like with the gas prices, they was saying like, oh, the gas is so high during Biden, and I'm like, the gas wasn't that high, maybe 25% at most. But like if I get to choose 25% gas, or little Jose gets to go to school, that's a no-brainer for me. Like that's an easy choice. And the other people are just like, it's been on social media. Have y'all been missing this?
I missed that, but okay.
Oh, this is a thing.
Yeah, I missed that, but okay.
On social media, there's like a race war starting too, which is another thing that is not cool at all. But yeah, that's
people who love the history, guys. This is our time. This is
like,
crazy.
Like, this was so predictable.
No, it's a lot of yeah.
And
I need to call
terrifying.
my old history teachers. Like, yo, what's up?
What did they do?
Did you see this?
Like, what are we close to right now? Like, what reference?
My favorite one
it's
is
hikey given almost
what
baby
part of
Holocaust.
global is this? Like,
the Roman Empire,
key.
world history. Roman Empire lasted 250 years. We're in year 249 of America.
Mhm.
And it's like, as somebody who studies history, that is
Looking
very,
ass.
it's like, hey, and I don't know if America's going to fall because somebody's going to take us, or if America's going to fall because we're just going to be called Trump land, bought by Meta and Tesla. Comes like the country is going to be
Jokes,
called
The
bro.
Trump
bumper
land
stickers for
by
Tesla
Tesla.
are wild. But
Right. The Gulf of Trump.
people
The
like,
Gulf of
I got
Trump.
this. Yo, I got this before I knew Elon Musk was crazy.
And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
that's
people are
tough.
literally putting out on their Tesla. Like, I
Eggs
got
are
this
$8,
before.
but somehow we gotta change the name of an entire piece of land because
Mhm.
that's what's important.
that's
Exactly what's
that's the
important.
fight. That's what we need to
That's
deal with.
Like,
we fight one more day.
exactly.
Like, what are y'all talking about?
Good shout.
Anyway,
But yeah, we have caught up. So yeah, we touched on a good amount of the topics I wanted to talk about at least. Do y'all feel like we missed anything? Obviously, the backlash over your boy Elon doing the Nazi salute.
my
Um,
God.
Oh yeah,
I
we
feel
didn't
like the
talk about
timing
that.
of that was weird because when we was recording last week was during the inauguration. So like it happened Monday night, but
Yeah,
we
but it was so
missed it.
much going
Hmm?
on that we couldn't
Exactly.
even, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even really like touch on it because I was listening to last week's episode and I was like, yeah, we didn't talk about this at all.
There
And
was
at
so
the
much to talk
It
about.
was a
but
lot. Yeah, it was a lot going on. It was.
and,
This is, as we said, we're gonna need a whole segment for Trump
yes, this
administration.
is
No,
true.
yeah.
So yeah, we
This is crazy. It says before we get off him, just
yeah.
because you know,
Hmm.
there's so much on him. But I want to touch back on the same pastor that I was talking about last week.
Okay.
Who I couldn't remember the name.
Yeah.
Bishop Marion or something. Edgar.
No, that was
Bishop
the lady, but the
Oh,
guy who got the
Lorenzo
ah
Sewell, the pastor. Sewell.
Lorenzo,
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
mm.
with the
Hmm?
coin, and he thought that being a what is it
Hmm? Trumper.
yeah, but
Not
I was gonna say what is
what
I
they call
forgot
themselves.
what's his name. I called him Snoop.
Conservative.
No, he was like
Oh,
this jigaboo
oh,
ass
Jigaboo. Not
looking
Jigaboo. Continue.
foolish, just foolish and dumb. And I
Mhm.
just wanted to go back on him because I'm still upset at that and the fact that he got a little meme coin. He thought that was cool. And
Yeah.
like, okay, sir, we
You
still
look.
haven't seen Chrisette Michelle, but heard.
Mm.
You look
Chris
silly.
Michelle's.
I do want one more thing because I do want to be on record as having said this. Yes, veterans are DEI hires. So when DEI gets rolled back, your veterans
Mm,
preference that you get is going to be taken away. Like your
Mm-mm.
veterans preference is inclusion. Like
right.
literally the I of DEI. And it's like what I don't want to happen, but I'm afraid is going to happen is I don't want veterans to be like, "No, we're not DEI. DEI should happen, but not for us." What I
Mm-hmm.
want veterans to say is this should not be happening to anybody. Like
Yeah,
everybody,
like just
we're in
not
this
because it's
together.
affecting you.
Yeah, and
Right.
that I'm afraid is gonna happen. Obviously, that's not my stance. I think everybody should have access to the life they want. But I'm worried where that conversation is gonna go, and I'm not in a place to steer it. So I'm just gonna
Right.
let it do what it do. Um, but yes, let's talk about some things going on in the world. So Carla Sofia Garcon makes history at the Oscars. The first openly transgender performer
Mm.
nominated for an acting Oscar, which I think is cool. What
Is
role
that
did they
true?
play?
That
Courtney?
was I can't remember, but that was the same movie that Zoe got the Oscar
Oh,
for.
okay, okay, okay.
So
Zoe.
that's why that's relevant. Remember Zoe
Oh,
Saldana last
yes,
like
yes.
2 weeks ago? So that's the
Okay.
same
Amelia
film.
Perez, got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's why that's
So that's
just
good.
bring back up. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah, give out those flowers because it's always funny now to me whenever I hear like history being made where it's like the first person to do and it like
Right,
just
you're like, huh?
yeah, just
What?
like it just
How?
reminds me how far we have not come.
Mm.
But I would have thought that would have happened years ago.
Yeah.
Just me being honest. But I digress. What else going on in the world? Anything y'all wanted to talk about? I feel like I only got one more thing I want to talk about. And
I think we touched. Let me see. We don't need to talk about Snoop no more.
Snoop, I didn't
Um,
even watch the video. I ain't gonna hold you. I saw it and I was like, I'm not giving you the time.
yeah,
Like
we
I'm
don't
not
even need
doing
to
this.
give it. We don't need to give it. I think I'm good. No.
Uh, yeah.
Well, if anything, we could jump to Yay Sports.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
wait, no, I did want to shout out. I guess I could do that in the Give Flowers section. Yay Sports, the Super Bowl is set this weekend.
Yeah. Eagles versus who?
Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs, rematch of the Super Bowl from a couple years ago.
I was gonna say that's the red people, right?
Yay,
The red
yeah.
people, yes, Taylor
Yay
Swift's team
Sports.
versus who is the
I feel like
celebrity?
we definitely had this
Hey,
exact lineup.
Mahone, is that the same guy on the
Mahomes is
Chiefs?
Kansas City, yeah.
Oh, come on, I knew something.
Yay Sports.
Yay Sports!
Yay, sports. But yes, the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Buffalo Bills and advanced to the Super Bowl, and the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Washington Commanders to advance to the Super Bowl. Lots of storylines within that, and we're actually gonna get a whole nother week to talk about it. So I'm probably gonna end up talking about it next week involuntarily. The Knicks are killing again. We're very
Gas
good. We just beat the
station,
brakes off of
chocolate
Memphis. Great fun. I think that was our biggest win of the season. 37-point victory
that was a good
over Memphis. And I am still a Ja Morant hater, like in my heart. So I personally don't mind beating the brakes off of his team. What else sports? Oh, Jimmy Butler has lost his mind. He's wilding out in Miami. So the star player for the Miami Heat has pretty much quit. He not showing up to practice. He not showing up for the flights. Like he just
Hey, Allen Iverson.
he just vibing. He just vibing.
Oh, outside.
So yeah, he's trying to get traded, and this is how he's going about it. But yeah, this is not.
tantrums. Like,
Yeah,
let's
it's
go
really
up,
a temper
baby.
tantrum. It's really a temper tantrum.
It's contagious.
And him and Pat Riley are at odds. Folks have been looking at trades, and I've heard several different trade scenarios, but I feel like Pat Riley is going to tank the season just to prove a point that, we're not going to give in to your demands just because you decide to be a baby. But, yeah, that's about it for sports. It's January, so it's really only football. Oh, shout out the national champion Ohio State Buckeyes. My guys won the title over Notre Dame. I was very excited. It was good for me personally. I've been an Ohio State fan since Troy Smith and Ted Ginn Jr., and you guys probably don't know who those people are, but
No, at this point,
football
Yay
people
Sports
too.
is tapped
Yay
out.
Sports.
Yay Sports. Those were my role models growing up. And
good for you.
yeah, Yay Sports.
Speaking of a role model, I mean, not really, but I had to find a segue. Remember,
job.
DJ Unk passed this
DJ
week.
Unk.
So
Walk
for
It
all the
Out.
people who didn't really know the
yeah.
name, you're gonna be, walk it out, like that.
West Side Walk It Out. That's
Yeah,
one of
you
those
would've had
songs that's
that
like
vibe.
timeless.
Sad.
It
Yeah.
is. It is.
That
It
song is gonna
definitely
be played for the rest of our lives. And
Yeah, that's always gonna be at somebody's cookout. Like,
calm. And it's like, yeah. I don't know what he did outside of that song, but being honest with you, I don't care.
Yeah, honestly,
that was
that
it. That
song
enough
was
for
big
me.
enough.
It's
Like,
alright to be a one-hit wonder.
if
when
you're
it's
one
kinda
hit,
one of those.
is that-
It wasn't
yeah.
a one hit.
If that's your
definitely
one
had
hit,
another one.
you can let that rock because that's gonna
Nah,
be played.
he had the don't go in two step, not going two step.
What's
Oh,
the
that
same
was him?
person?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Genji
Yeah,
with
Genji
it.
with it.
Genji. Really? Oh, DJ
Yeah.
Unk was out there. Okay.
Exactly.
I didn't know that. I really did not know that.
Okay.
That is legit news to me.
Black History Month. You're
Black
doing bad.
History.
You're doing
It's
bad.
not Black History Month, one.
Don't say it's you, Mo.
Two, shout out DJ Unk. Okay. I feel like we need to do a better job of giving people their flowers while they're alive. And I hate that,
Definitely.
he had to pass, but that's really what that made me think of. Like, there's a lot of music from our childhood. I've actually been listening to a bunch of it. You could meet me at a party. You
Hey,
could bring a joint. Yeah, just like songs like that like I hear it and I'm immediately, 17 years old again.
Love it. Yeah, music will do it for you.
I like that. It makes me feel good. Do I have
That was cold pot days.
the cold pot?
Yo,
I mean, that was
what?
pre-cold pot days, but definitely that had to
You
be
know
on
what
the
I was
cold
gonna
pot
say?
list.
I was
Yeah,
like,
it
that's fireflies to
We
me.
still supposed to make cold pot
Immediately.
the
We supposed
playlist.
to
I'm
make
like-
the cold pot?
No, we were supposed to make the cold pot playlist. We were
The
supposed to
cold
make it,
pot
like, just to
playlist. We
have-
are.
Yeah, we are. We're
I
gonna
need
make
to
that.
ask
So
Zach
if
or
you know
Zay
what
for
that
it.
is, we got you. It's coming.
It's coming up.
It's coming.
We're just gonna release a playlist on Spotify.
We
But
got
Yeah,
it.
it's gonna be on the 17 episode.
the seven. Oh, you
Somebody
putting the
remember
date
that.
on it?
Somebody remember that.
Bet.
We gotta have a date, or it's never gonna
I
get
think
done.
we like on
That's
number
true.
4 right now, so
Yeah,
Get on
this is
it.
Episode 4. Good
I'm
luck.
gonna do it
but
when
yeah,
we get
no.
to 16.
right. I'm mad procrastinating.
Just last minute. Oh, nothing but like, who was it? TOK, Kevin Little. Just out there, just guessing. Sean Paul. Oh, I'm crying.
Nuts.
No.
But shout out to Cold Pot.
Yes.
Yeah, we're kind of a staple in our childhood, and it was short time, but
Yeah.
a great time.
We also have a nostalgia segment, and it's just always happening. So this is it, guys.
Let's keep it weekly. Every week we'll do nostalgia. What I
Call it,
did,
you remember when?
I think, which is crazy too, because Copart is such vivid in my memory. Like that was high school. Like
was so
to me,
long,
that was high school. And Copart really was only there for like 2 years.
Oh
Like,
yeah, it was so short.
It came in business, came out of business. Like I think they just didn't want to do it anymore. Like I don't think it was bad business. I think they just didn't want to be
They
shop
were just
owners.
like, it's too much.
Yes,
I think
yeah.
they just didn't want a bunch of teenagers there all the
Yeah,
fucking
go
time.
off.
A bunch of teenagers
Going
dry humping
off.
on the dance floor.
It was like, you know what? They had a real come to terms with themselves
They
moment.
really-
Like, what am I
What
really
am I putting
providing
on?
these?
Are we selling oxtails and children?
Are we doing something else? Nah.
Yo, so
I'm-
we have no idea what
Oxtails
we're
with a
talking
side
about.
of dub.
We have no
Right.
idea what we're talking about. This Cold Pot was like this spot that had this like
Yes.
lit, think
It
of
was
like a
our
club
friends,
party.
family.
but
It
in
was
high
actually,
school.
it belonged to what's his name?
It
What
did,
was his
it
name?
did, it
Yeah.
did, it
I
What
know
did.
who
his
it
name
did.
was? Can't
I
remember.
won't
But
say
yeah, it
his
was his
name.
family's.
I'm not gonna say
spot.
his name either.
Yeah.
That's
He
crazy
let
that we
us-
agreed we wasn't saying
No,
that.
yeah, please.
I know exactly what it is. Though.
Yeah.
That's my bro. Random
Yeah.
fact,
It
today
was
is his
a cool
birthday.
time.
Today
Oh,
is
happy
his
birthday!
Shout out
Look
to
at
you.
that.
Happy
Shout out,
birthday.
Mr. Cold
happy
Pot.
birthday to
My boy.
you for giving
Shout out
us
to
the
Mr. Cold Pot.
opportunity. We're gonna
Yeah.
give you flowers today
We're gonna give you
because that
flowers,
was,
sir.
as we said, a good
Yes.
time in our childhood, quote unquote,
Calm
teenage
venue.
years.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
no,
yeah.
that
Get
era.
your playlist on.
So much music from that era, or at least for me, I didn't realize, like, just for starters, Sean Paul. Like, we got to give Sean Paul his
I'm beginning
flowers.
to.
We not going to realize it until Sean, like, if Sean Paul dies, I ain't going to
Don't
hold you.
say
He might go
that.
down, knock on wood, but we don't give people their flowers. We really don't.
I mean,
And,
we
like,
do. Sean Paul did a whole tiny desk. I was
Nah,
lit. Why-
a
listening
tiny
to
that Sean Paul needs to do the Super Bowl. Like,
Oof.
let's
Okay,
be honest.
fair.
Sean Paul
Oof.
got bangers.
That would be
That would be a
fire.
fun Super Bowl.
He could
And
even
bring
bring
out
Beyonce.
He got
Right. I'm
Beyonce,
telling
Baby
you,
Boy.
He gonna bring out the
I'm
other
Still in
girl
Love.
too.
He got
Yeah.
bangers. Like he got real.
He got
hits.
Keisha Cole too.
He got Keisha. He got real hits. Like
Oh, he
Which
do.
means
Let's
she's gonna
be-
bring Missy Elliott. Like, let's get this going.
Yeah, that's gonna be lit.
Get Jay Z on
Yo,
the
Jay
phone.
Z,
Jay Z, get together.
this
We'll
is
cut
lit.
this out. This will be the
is lit.
snippet.
Take this, bro.
But
Right.
yeah, we don't like Sean Paul needs flowers, but even beneath Sean Paul, like T.O.K., Kevin
Oh,
Little.
yes. But you know what?
hmm?
So let Marshall do it.
Who?
And Marshall Montana. I'm just
Okay,
saying
yeah.
because he is very much that type of bring everybody
Together.
up.
Okay.
Because when I saw him in concert,
Yeah.
I had a time, okay?
Really?
And I will always bring it
Okay.
back. I definitely had the best time. Because he was bringing up all these other people that you wouldn't like think, but he was just like, listen, I need the Barclays to understand that when I get here,
Mhm.
it's a fet right now. So it's not just about me. Like it's
Yeah. This
all
is the
the
whole
it
thing.
was
Yeah.
fire. And he literally said that. And he's like, I just hope they know that this is a fet.
Mhm.
And he was just bringing out anybody the DJ would have randomly pulled. He had
Yeah.
people from each like genre that
Yeah.
was like lit. Yeah, it was OD. When I tell you it was a time, and it was on Labor Day, so it was like after Labor Day. So you already was in that mode of like just vibing. He was
Mhm.
bringing everybody out.
Wildin'. I can imagine the whole, like, you know, people
It
jump on the
was
stage.
madness.
woof, woof,
It
woof.
was crazy. The pit was crazy. Everything was crazy. It was
It
it
was a
was a
vibe.
time. Like you had to
Nice.
be there. Definitely.
Whenever you say Labor Day, I think of your mayor.
Mash up the parkway.
Mr. Mash
man.
up the parkway.
It's the mash up the parkway.
About to do his own thing. But yeah, shout out Cold Pot. What else for the nostalgia segment?
I
Shout
wouldn't be
out to
bringing my child
2000s
to
music.
Copot.
No,
But-
I would not bring my child to Copa. I would not. It's weird because I think back to my high school, my childhood, all of it fondly. Like I wouldn't trade my childhood for nothing.
Yeah.
But if I had a chance to give my childhood to my child, so I would not at all, not at all, even a little bit, most of it. I'm like, nah, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, you don't have to start from there. Start from here.
Start from here.
I did the checkpoint. This is the checkpoint I got.
This is the checkpoint. I got the
You don't
save
even need to
file.
go there.
Use this memory card.
Yes.
Pick up right where I was because there's some good data on this for sure.
Yeah,
but you don't want to do those missions. You don't want to have to do that.
Right.
Because
I feel like I flipped mine. I'll give you my childhood, adulthood, please. Basura.
Oh,
Nobody needs that part.
She ain't doing the last reset. She going a little further.
That's a good
I'm
shout.
gonna go,
though.
I'll give you like the full 1 to 18.
No. But it's better to keep the mistakes though.
The adult, I feel like adulthood is
No,
crazy.
because if you don't give them the saved mistakes of adulthood mistakes, right? They're about to go make those.
Yeah, I feel like adulthood.
The thing is, once you already did it, you did it.
I feel like you just have more control as an adult. Where as a kid, you're so like you don't get to choose where you live.
You don't give a damn. You're just here, bro.
But that's what made the mistakes and the things that we did they were unavoidable. There was literally nothing you could do. I went to Grand Street because that's the school they said I had to. It was either Grand Street or Boys and Girls, my zone school, and I wanted to not be at Boys and Girls.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Me too. I didn't want to be there either. But you know what's funny? Because we all would have went.
We
there.
all live in
us
we
three,
all been Boys and Girls.
We all would have been there. So regardless, we would have had to be in the story
we
at
picked
some
the
point.
furthest school.
And then we all still picked the same school, and it was funny
This is
because even
true.
the other people who lived around the corner from me and still picked the same.
What was
school.
y'all rationale for legal studies? Because I know what mine was, but what was y'all?
What was yours?
Me, so I wanted to play football. I needed to play football.
So there was we had.
And I wanted a school that I didn't have to work too hard to be one of the top people in the class. I didn't want to go to Brooklyn Tech. I didn't want to go to, all that fancy Stuyvesant, all that. I didn't want that. I don't want the best education possible. I don't believe in the public education system like that as far as brain power. I think it teaches you how to be a human in our society. And I think I really got that at Grand Street. And I knew it was very Hispanic. I knew it was going to be a lot of people that didn't look like me. And I wanted that culture. I wanted to see something different. And I think I got that. But Grand Street low-key was hard of the cards. It was just the one that chose me because Grand Street could have said no. It could have been Midwood. Midwood was on my list. Who else was on my list?
I definitely had that on my list too. I think I had Monroe.
No.
I had, but I also
Or Hamilton.
I also had got into LaGuardia.
Okay.
That would have been a whole different light.
That's a school though. You gotta try in LaGuardia. That's especially in the arts.
And I feel like it would have been it would have been a whole different. It would have been just completely different.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
All that hard
I'm glad
work.
it didn't go that way. Yeah. But for me, I'm like Grand Street. I feel like I picked legal one because I swore at this point I was really interested in law. I think it was because I
Really?
watched Law and
Okay.
Order so much at that point. But apparently I was into that. And two, it was far enough for me to travel,
Okay.
but not too
Basically,
far.
you don't
'cause
want
I
to be
really don't
outside.
But I did. And
No,
I
that's
was.
real though.
But it was far enough for me to travel, but also far, not too far, because we also know I don't really like to travel.
I don't want to go
so-
that far.
Right, not too
A little bit.
crazy, not too crazy. But I like that it had all those. Grand Street had everything. Whatever
No, we
you
had a
wanted
good
to
school.
do,
Yes.
It wasn't the
had it.
greatest because we
It
also
wasn't,
had crazy
but
stuff happen.
it definitely
really
had a
did.
lot of crazy
Definitely,
stuff. But it
cool
had
school.
everything.
I guess I
Like,
should see how
yeah.
the case resolved, but we had one thing that I did not like, and it was a person, and I didn't like him then, and I don't
Okay,
like him
and
now.
agree. I'm pretty sure this person affected our lives.
This person worked for Progress,
Yep,
and they were accused
definitely
of doing
affect-
some wild
Yeah,
shit.
and definitely tried it. Yeah.
Like calm that I could
Yeah,
have did
yeah.
without.
Definitely always gave that. Yeah, we could have did without that.
Could have did
I'm just
without.
I'm just
Super.
saying as far as
He the type of one that will call ice on you real quick.
Real quick.
yeah, facts.
Really could have
He
did
is
without
ice.
that.
If you didn't give him a favor,
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. And
Crazy.
didn't get
You know?
jiggy with that then. Don't get jiggy with that now.
don't.
Could have did
None of
without
us-
that.
Yeah.
Most
That's fair.
of the rest of Grand Street, my
No,
experience,
exactly. Yeah.
It was
like,
pretty decent.
pretty okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what you asked. What made us choose it, and I
Yeah.
feel like
That
that
factor
was
in.
part of. It was just like the fact that it had all these things, and I didn't
Gotcha.
really know like what I was gonna get into.
Yeah.
Like, did I know I liked music before I went? Of course, but did I
Okay.
think I was gonna be like the whole band
Yeah, you
president?
didn't
Like,
go to
I didn't know I was
band
going.
geek.
Yeah, I didn't go for that, but I was like, oh, it has all these other things. If I do want to get into a sport, I will have all these opportunities. If I,
Yeah.
just being able to try all of them. Granted, when I was there, I did try sports at some point.
What sport did you try?
So,
I don't know,
on.
dude. You know this, Flacco? Yeah,
You
we
didn't know?
like we're high on the list of your
I want to
friends.
say, let's try.
Let's
We
guess.
didn't-
Yeah, we'll
we
guess.
didn't have
I'll
a lot of
guess.
sports.
We'll
The
guess.
girls-
We get
The
one
girls
guess.
had.
I
I
think
Yeah.
think we
guess?
might have
Y'all gonna
wrestling
guess?
low key, but I think we had volleyball for sure. Because remember the short ass whatever.
Wait, are you
Did we have
guessing which one
volleyball?
Yeah,
I
what's
did?
your, so you're just saying what we had.
No, hold on. I'm trying to think. We had
Okay.
volleyball, softball. Because I remember all the
Softball.
Dominicans girls did softball.
Yep, handball.
And handball. Halima did
Yep.
handball.
We had track.
Halima not running.
There was that track team. So what did she do? Let's do that. What do you think she did?
Handball.
You think she did handball?
Handball.
That's your final answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Not
Handball.
volleyball.
Yeah. So
It's not basketball.
yeah, it's not basketball. It's not. It's not.
Not softball.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, it's handball by elimination. Actually,
I
that's
want
the
to say
only.
she tried out for the football team. That's all I got.
I'm
As far
going.
as I'm going.
Tried out for handball. Let's
What you
see.
do?
Was that your final answer?
That's my final
Yes.
answer.
'Cause they are so wrong.
What is it?
I'm getting a phone call. Dang.
Oh,
Be right
you
back.
gotta tell us though. You
right,
just
meantime-
tell us.
Meantime, I'll tell y'all why I went.
Okay,
So,
let's hear this.
Because Halima and I are low-key the same person, high
Okay.
key actually. I also watch way too many just documentaries and a lot of law shows.
Law stuff?
I always
Okay.
wanted to see, be a behavior analyst kind of thing,
Okay.
and
This even as a youth?
yeah,
as
I
a kid?
watch
Okay.
so much. Like I do the NCIS, the CSI Miami, to see it. Like
Oh wow.
I'm one of those,
You
and
into
I like
it,
to listen
okay.
to like real life. I like the
Mhm.
real life ones, like murder mysteries. I'm like, oh, the mom did it. Like I'm one of those. Like,
Me too.
I've
But
been
that's
doing
what I'm saying.
my
I used to
makeup,
watch too much.
and it's like, and he never came home. I'm like, oh
Okay.
fuck, he never got there. And like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like really into those. It helps me kind of calm down. I know it doesn't make any sense.
Did you watch the show Wednesday? Netflix show? Jenny,
No. With the
watch
girl?
that. With the
No.
girl, yeah. It's a
No,
whodunit.
I thought it was too. I don't know. I thought it was a bit too playful. But I like the real stuff. Like,
okay. Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
No,
like,
this ain't the
the mom
real-
is sitting
yeah.
there crying
Yeah.
about it, like, oh my daughter. Never.
Investigation,
Yeah,
discovery.
yeah.
All that.
No, yeah, I'm one of those like what is it?
So
what
you
is it?
actually picked
Mysteries.
legal for the right reason. Then you wanted to study legal
Right.
studies.
Both of us.
But also,
Yeah,
and
that's
but we
not-
didn't have right. I think I liked legal all until I got to like I don't know which class it was, but I was like, oh nah, I'm going to the band class. Like it was just not
Going to
hitting.
band class.
I'm going to band. Like
Band
Was it
class
I'm going
forensics?
to band.
Forensics
no,
smoked
I
a
like
lot of y'all.
forensic.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I did forensics. Computer
Forensics smoked a
forensics
lot
was
of 'em.
fun.
Okay.
I remember the teacher, the lady with the dress. She was cool.
Computer
I
forensics,
did-
I don't know.
No, I think I did pretty well until I got bored. And I think right after computer forensics,
Okay.
I got bored. And then I was like, wow, this is dumb. And I was already like a sophomore. And I was like, I don't really need this. I'm going to band. And then I was the president of the chorus. I was like, I don't need any of
Yeah.
this.
I don't need
I
none
don't
of
need-
this.
I don't need, you know,
I am
I
a
got
talent.
the sports. I was managing the sports. I was managing the music. I was like, I did all the musicals after school. Like, I didn't need all that extra
Anything
stuff.
else.
So I thought I wanted to do something like that. Like, I didn't,
Okay.
maybe lawyer-ish.
But that's
at
what I mean. That's what
time,
I was
I
saying.
think
It
I
had
did,
so
but
many things that you could. It's
we
like
ended up, yeah.
it's like going to liberal arts high school. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
could have literally called it
I could
that.
have transferred to progress, been a nurse. Like, I could have done anything.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a lot.
But yeah, but the
back
coach
to me.
also helped me do that. Because remember,
Just
I
before
had the
we
same
forget.
coach from middle school and high school. So
It was not handball.
It was
What
not
was it?
handball.
So I actually was on a soccer team.
Halima,
Soccer.
please don't stop lying to the people.
Somebody that was in my class. I'm not lying. It's the worst time because I literally stayed through
Was it
Hell
like your
Week.
freshman year?
One was probably like freshman year. One was probably sophomore year.
So you went back?
No. Wait, so I did the soccer. No, I did
Please.
the soccer, and then I
Okay.
also did, what's it called? Softball. I think
So
Mr.
Softball.
Halima, I
Johnson was doing
cannot
that.
see you
Yeah.
swinging the
That's
bat.
I
crazy.
can't
But
see you
no,
playing soccer. This makes
and
sense why it was
again,
only 1 week. Just based on my knowledge of
and I
you.
did it the whole time, and then I would be like, I really can't do this. And it's really, and the only reason, and I'll tell you, the only reason I really couldn't like tough it for both of them was not about like playing the actual sport. It's because I just, since younger, I get really, really bad shin splits.
Ah, okay.
And that was, and like every time I tried to like push through and like be like, oh, maybe it's like once you do the thing. No, I realized I just really, like, even to this day, like I get them really bad. So I was like, I just can't physically, like, I can't do it. Like,
Okay.
so, and I never really figured out why I
Understandable.
have shin splits that much, but it's just, I just couldn't. Like, I just wasn't built for that. So I
So,
did, ended up doing the management for basketball after
okay.
that. But
I mean, that makes sense though that it didn't work out based on my knowledge of you, because those are two sports. Soccer wouldn't have worked out for me. Soccer's it's like exclusively running. It's all it
Yeah.
is.
but
Only
I
running.
like to
Yeah.
run. That wasn't the problem. Like, especially
Not
back
that much
then.
running.
I
I
mean,
don't
I
think
was
I've
cool
ever
with
seen
it.
you run. I think actually,
Hmm?
I'm lying. I think I've seen you run 2 times. One, you almost killed me, and the
Oh yeah, I
second time
did.
you almost killed somebody else. And
Well,
that was a really good one to
perfect for
watch.
soccer.
Halima, that would have been
Like,
hilarious. But
I
yeah,
would have
twice I think
definitely
I've
been
seen
a
you run.
defense
Halima
player.
would
Yeah.
Like,
have for real
You
been
would
like
play
one
I
defense
deep.
mean,
on
like I would be
soccer.
able to do it, but it's just literally the shin splits, bro. It was they were getting me. Like,
The physical toll.
yeah, it was too much. It was too
I
much.
can't do it.
And
Can't
I
do
weighed
it.
nothing back then, so like imagine.
Yeah,
But
that's
We gotta
real.
get you on a football team now, Halima.
That
that's
is
it.
real
It'll be over.
though.
Linebacker.
Could have been Kim.
Nah, is that the route?
Nuts. What?
I digress. Good shout. Nostalgia segment.
Right. Sorry, guys. We're always gonna have one of
Nostalgia
these just
It's
because
segment.
we
just
have
gonna
great times
happen.
together as those ages went by. So
It's true. Okay, we can move to the chaotic question of the week.
Yeah,
woo woo.
All right. So
we did
so
it.
every week we do the chaotic question of the week. We get two choices and you pick
Oh, I know my
one
answer.
of the two questions and then you answer that question. So this week's chaotic question of the week is, which movie villain do you low key think had a point? Or if your FBI agent monitoring your cell phone could ask you one question, what do you think they would ask you?
Mm.
And why? Don't and why? Are either of you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's say magic.
So I'm going with question number one
Okay.
because I'm not about to be out here like that. Um, but
I'm
I
crying.
think just gonna go with my first answer because I
Hmm.
would just figure out a million answers to this one question.
Okay.
But my first answer when I read the question
Yeah.
was Megamind.
Megamind.
Hmm.
What's
I can
Megamind
remember
in?
his story.
Talk me through. Yeah.
So and I can't even fully remember it, but that was just my first answer.
Okay. Your
Like I
first
just knew
answer.
that when I watched it, I felt
Yeah.
like why like he should have been like that. And I feel like it was because he was trying to be cool with everybody
Hmm.
and they were just like being so mean to him. I mean, it's either like him or the Grinch, but they kind of had the same story. Low key, they had the same story. Like
Okay.
just they were younger and they were trying to be innocent and
Yeah.
people immediately just made them out to be this person like as far as treating them that way when
Hmm.
they really weren't
Hmm.
until the point where they grow up and they are what you called
They
them to
just like,
be.
yeah, you can call me
And
this
now
so
you
many
mad.
times.
Like
Yeah.
exactly. And he was brilliant, like but I just feel like they didn't have to, if they were making fun of him for being the way he was, like
It
he would
would
have
have
never
went
been
like
like that.
that.
And I guess that's most
Hmm.
villains. Like,
Not that is a lot. Like that's a real common plot, but the especially the Grinch specifically. I don't know
like they show
Megamind.
you like him babyish.
Okay.
And the same person he's beefing with when he get older
Yeah.
is the same person he was trying to be cool with. And I feel like that happened in both scenarios. Like so I
Gotcha.
just feel like so it's either Mega Man or the Grinch.
Okay. The Grinch definitely had a good point. I rewatched The Grinch as an adult with a totally different lens. Totally different lens.
That's why I like watching.
Why
kid
they
movies
bothering this
now.
man? Why they
Yeah.
bothering this man? Bro, just he's just minding his business, up and being miserable, but not like he not coming into
But
the
he's
town.
chilling. Yeah,
Right?
he's
He just minding his business. Then Shorty gonna pull up. I digress.
Yeah.
You're a mean one. Do you got your answer, Flacco? Or
I
you-
think I do, and I think I got two people for
Okay.
mine. But of course, we're picking the same stuff
Yeah,
as
picking the same
always.
question. Of course.
Um, so I got two, and one of the only reason I got two is because one of them I can't remember 100%,
Okay.
but I think I got the full gist. So first one would be
Oh
Morgana.
shoot.
For those of
Morgana.
you who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, Morgana is Ursula's sister from
Little Mermaid.
Ariel. Right.
Ariel.
So Ursula was fat. She had a very scrawny, skinny sister. So
Okay.
there was a Little Mermaid too, which
Okay.
fuck with me. Great
Sequel.
movie.
Okay.
And it's basically about the Little Mermaid's daughter, and the whole thing kind of happens all over again, but with the skinny sister.
Okay.
And the whole point why I'm bringing the skinny sister up is because most of the whole point, I think, from what I can remember, she was evil because her family, and basically her mom, everybody wanted her to be like Ursula.
Yeah.
Like, and one of the things, she's just like having a meltdown, and she was like, "Why can't you be more like your sister?" Like,
Yeah.
and I could just imagine you're just
Trying
every
to
day
be
in the
yourself.
house, and she's just like, "Well, you're so stupid. Why can't you know what I mean?" I was like, I feel that, like, because if it's outside people, you know, you're like, whatever, I'm gonna go home. My family love me. Nah, dog.
This is your fam.
And Ursula was fat and a terrible person, and you still are not enough. You know what I mean? Like, she had terrible tendencies, just all bad, but you still weren't good enough. And that to me is crazy. So that's one. And two, I really, really, really feel a little deep about this. And I would say the Joker from the Laughing one. I don't know the difference between the different movies,
Is
but
it recently or an old Joker?
I want to say maybe like 3-4 years ago,
Oh,
and it was the
recently.
Joker that couldn't stop. He had like this disease where he couldn't stop
Yep.
laughing,
I know what you're talking
and
about.
that movie was very traumatic.
Yes.
Beautiful movie. Like, I don't do too much superhero stuff, so I didn't expect that to come, like, to be that what it was. And I think if I watch a different one, I'm gonna be disappointed because I want
I want that.
I want that. Yeah, I want
That's
exactly that
the
movie
version
all
of
over
the
again.
Joker.
But
I'm
yeah, I
crying.
think that he definitely had super valid points because there was no reason. Like, there was no reason. Son was just really he had a car, like, hey, I'm just a little off. Like, just,
I'm working
sorry.
on it.
Hey. And
Yes.
they was just
Bullying
it was
him.
bad. Like,
Yeah.
that was one I think he deserved it even less than the Grinch. Like,
With him, or at least with that movie, so I feel like it's told in the perspective from him. So when I watched it, I didn't think of him as the villain. Like, I knew he was the Joker, but I was like, of this story, he's the good guy.
yeah,
Like, that was how
what's
I
going
saw it.
on?
So yeah, I was like with him the entire time. That never like dawned on me that, you know, he could be the bad guy. With me though, with everybody, anybody who watched Heath Ledger's Joker, naturally we have to make that connection. And Heath Ledger's Joker was so good. It was so good. It was
that
like
the wire
Is it the
annoyingly
same
good.
guy?
From Dark Knight. No, this was
a different
2008.
one?
Yeah, this is a long time ago. So a bunch of people have played Joker, you know, over the
Right.
years, Jack Nicholson. But for me, especially where I was in 2008, I was 16 years old, very impressionable. That depiction of the Joker was so good. It like ruined everything Joker for me after that. But I did watch that Joker, and I did feel you where he
That was
was.
such a my son was just trying to live.
Yeah, he was really
I
just
feel
being
like that's-
himself.
I feel like when you get older, you start to understand the villains even more.
Yes.
In general, just like most movies.
Yeah.
Valid
It's like they
point.
got a point. they got an okay point.
Yeah, like even Scar apparently.
Scar.
Like I didn't see the new movie yet, but I'm gonna go see Mufasa, and from what I kind of tried to avoid spoilers and stuff like that, I feel like just from what I'm already hearing, I feel like when I walk away, I'm gonna be like, I get it, Scar.
Yeah.
Which getting to that point is crazy.
Like he was next in line, no. Like
It was, but that was
he got jumped by this adopted dude. We don't know him.
mhm.
For me, with the chaotic question, not me closing the agenda. I'm crying. I was gonna do villain. And I was gonna say Wanda from Multiverse of Madness because she just wanted to be with her kids. But since y'all both pick villain, I'm gonna do FBI agent.
Just wants to be
Yeah, I want to be different. I gotta be an outlier. If the FBI agent monitoring my phone could ask one question, what do I think it would be? I think it would be a why question. It's like why? Like there's a lot of things in my phone that it's just like, oh, okay, but why are you doing this? And I'm just like, I know why, because Michelle Brown raised me for no reason. But like there's so much like people asking me for help, people, trying to get educated on a thing, people trying to get my opinion on Donald Trump. And for the most part, every time I reply and every time like it takes something out of me and every time. So I literally got
It's okay to
this
ignore
flip
us
phone.
sometimes.
I got like the new flip phone,
Ooh.
so I could do this. There's something so satisfying about the call.
This is the phone that I only call in emergency.
I literally got it for that purpose. But yeah, I think they would say, why? Why do you do this? Why are you working so hard? Because I think about that a lot. Like I'm doing a lot for others and I don't have to. Like, no, there's nothing. I've done my duty to Syracuse. I've given Syracuse way more than it's given me. I've given America way more than it's given me. Like, if I wanted to just go live in the mountains and just vibe out, like, I could do that. I could. And I choose not to because I want to give more. I want to help. We
love a gracious king.
It's like Marvel, there's a Spider-Man with great power, great responsibility.
That part.
It's like, nah, I don't want great responsibility. I just want to take my great power. I just want the power, and I just want to use the power to make movies and stand-up comedy sets and things that I find enjoying. But yeah, I think that would be it. Was there anything either of you wanted to talk to? We're coming up on an hour. Nice. Good job, guys. Good job.
Woo.
Okay.
I'm supposed to shout out my brother for no reason other than he's my brother. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to hear about it later. So shout out to my brother.
Hey,
Does brother have a name or just my
hermano.
brother? I'm okay with just my brother.
We could say his name later, but for right now, this is your shout out, and you're welcome.
Que oíste.
Oíste, ya, shout out to ya, ahí está. Good shout out.
I'm
You're
crying.
welcome. Anyway,
Good
that was
shout.
all. Thank you.
No, that's good. Thank you all for tuning into this week's episode. So we're moving on social media. So I don't know if you're listening to this and you are following because you listen to this. Thank you. I appreciate you. We are moving on YouTube. I can only really see the back end of the YouTube because I'm lazy. I feel like you have given me the passwords to the other things, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to.
Thank you.
Too much power. I got enough power. But yes, please continue to like and subscribe and leave comments on the videos. It is not missed on me. We are going to be consistent. We are going to be chaotic. We are going to keep making it, content you can appreciate, and we can appreciate you back. But if that is all, I got nothing else, and I hope to see you all next week for some more chaos.
Good night.
Good
See you
night.
later.
Well, good night, good morning. Good
Whatever. Good day.
Hola.